Hi, I'm Elise, this is Witch Way, and here are some Witch Watch recommendations. This month on Witch Way Presents, we have had the very first surviving adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy is whisked away into Oz and confronts two witches, defeating one with water. You can go and check this film out here on my channel. Into some more modern films now, and we'll start with the documentary The Burning Times, which looks at the history of the witch trials in Europe and the revival of witchcraft, both from a feminist perspective. This touches on the pagan roots of witchcraft, but is a very singular look into it, so I'll give it 3 stars for this one, but it could be more for you. Let me know in the comments below. Next is the animated adventure film Spirited Away. A young girl stumbles into the spirit world with her parents where they are transformed into pigs. Her name is stolen by a witch, so she works at the witch's bathhouse in the hopes of finding a cure for her parents and a way home. This is an absolutely beautiful film, both in its animation and its story. The characters are so whimsical and the lessons completely wholesome. 5 stars for this gorgeous film. Next is the fantasy adventure Season of the Witch. After a plague strikes the country, a young woman is accused of witchcraft, so 2 disgraced knights and a few others are tasked with delivering her to a monastery where they believe her curse can be broken, but she is not what she appears to be. This was a fun adventure movie and it definitely went in a different direction, but 3 stars here for this one. Next up is the horror comedy Dark Shadows. In the 18th century, a man is cursed to be a vampire after he spurns his lover, who just happened to be a witch. After being locked away in his coffin, he awakens in the 1970s to culture shock and his once rich family's descendants in ruin. The witch is now a girl boss, having taken all of his family's business. The vampire now aims to restore the family to their former glory, but the witch has other ideas and she's not ready to let him go. I loved this campy film, very fun and very Tim Burton. 4 stars for this one, and it's actually based off the series of the same name, so I might have to check that one out too. Next, I had the smart idea to watch the found footage horror film The Bell Witch Haunting. A family moves into a new home which happens to be on the same property as the Bell Witch Haunting legend. Things move, ghosts, people die. My gosh, this film was boring. And if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. 1 star here. The cool movie poster lured me in, but this is 1.5 hours of my life I will never get back. But the series section comes in to save the day with the fantasy comedy Good Omens, which follows an angel and a demon. In season 1, the end of the world is upon them as prophesied by a witch centuries ago, but these 2 want to stop the war of heaven and hell and the destruction of the earth as they like it just how it is. Thank you very much. Season 2 has our duo trying to figure out what has happened to an archangel who is now earthbound and suffering from amnesia, and they want to sort it all out before heaven and hell pull them back into their bickering. A lot of humor in this series. I love the growth of the relationships between the angel and the demon and the characters that they come upon who become entwined with their story. 5 stars for this one. Season 1 is based off of the book of the same name by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett, which I have also read and is definitely worth checking out as well. I also have a podcast recommendation this month too. The Poisoner's Cabinet has hosts Sinead and Nick exploring the lives of the great poisoners and macabre murders across the centuries and creating marvelous cocktails inspired by the tales that they tell. I went into this one not expecting witches, but here we are. I highly recommend the episode The Affair of the Poisons, which of course has the infamous La Voisin. But there are plenty more witchy episodes to listen to, and just their podcast as a whole is absolutely fantastic. Have a listen from the start, but they are still releasing new episodes weekly. So plenty more fascinating tales for them to share. Let me know what witchy things you've been listening to, reading, or watching in the comments below, as well as any other recommendations for my upcoming witch lore reviews. Please remember to like this video, share it around with anyone you think might enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel to stay notified of new content. And as always, thank you very much for watching here on Witch Way.